Have you ever noticed this? You sit down, trying to read a book, or to seriously learn something new, and almost immediately, you feel very sleepy. Maybe you focus for a few minutes at first, but very soon, you feel the urge to scroll through the short videos, to check a novel, or look for something easier, something more instantly rewarding. Focusing feels harder than it used to be. Lately, I have realized this might not be just a personal weakness. It might be a deeper problem. I have thought about this for a long time, and the reason I came up with is quite simple. I have become too addicted to online novels and too accustomed to short videos with fast, intense, and constant stimulation. Day after day, this kind of fragmented entertainment seems to have trained my brain to expect immediate rewards. Anything that requires patience, such as long articles, complex ideas, deep thinking, now feels uncomfortable, almost unbearable. My attention has slowly adapted to what is easy, fast, and emotionally stimulating, and rejected what is slow and demanding. This realization reminded me of a book, Amusing Ourselves to Death. I read it about 10 years ago, and even now, I still find it shocking. The book was written in 1985 by Neil Postman. At that moment, computers and the internet were not yet common, but television had already entered almost every American household. Postman noticed that people were becoming deeply immersed in television, and he became worried. Not just about entertainment, but about society as a whole. Politics, religion, news, education, everything was gradually being reshaped into entertainment, or competing for our limited attention. One of the famous examples in the book is what Postman called, and now this. A news anchor reports a tragic disaster in a serious southern town, and immediately after that, the screen switches to cheerful advertisements. There's no logical transition, no time to process what just happened. This seamless switch strips events of the seriousness and weakens our ability to think deeply about them. Disasters and serious social issues start to feel less important. Not because they are, but because our attention is constantly pulled away. With one scroll, there's entertaining content, cute pets, funny videos, attractive faces. Our limited attention is quickly captured again. Gradually, we may lose our ability to deeply understand the world and respond to it thoughtfully. We become people who no longer think deeply. So, what does a person like that look like? First, judgment deteriorates. When we rely on fragmented information, we are more likely to accept simple, ready-made conclusions. Instead of asking, is this true? What's behind this? So, we start to believe what others tell us. Work harder. Buy a house as soon as possible. Get married early. Have children early. Second, emotions become easier to manipulate. Provocative headlines, sensational videos. We get angry, scared, or anxious immediately and react along emotional paths designed by others. Third, time is quietly stolen. You feel busy every day, but you don't really know what you have done. Small, instant rewards fill up your time. While deep work, the kind that creates long-term value, slowly disappears. Sometimes I ask myself, what's the point of thinking deeply? Even if you understand something clearly, you often can't change it. You don't have the power to change it. And sometimes, thinking only brings more anxiety. But if we give up thinking completely, then how are we different from animals that are easily controlled? Obedient sheep, hardworking oxen. Maybe not everyone needs deep thinking, but if you give it up entirely, someone else will think for you. And the result is your life made up of other people's task lists. Living to satisfy others, living up to social expectations, chasing external approval. Day after day, you're alive on the surface, but empty inside, like a program running on preset instructions. And isn't that just like another obedient animals